Hello everyone, welcome to another video. This isn't gonna be a market outlook. I've been a little bit scattered with my videos because of my work schedule, but this is kind of to review this last week's performance for me. Overall, it was a nice positive week. It was $1,500, which is right now around 3R of, because I load my risk. So yeah, just really going through what I was seeing. I'm gonna just go through Thursday and Friday, which were the days that I took trades. Wednesday, I missed a trade that would have been a break even, but still, not a good day for me for in terms of habits because I just didn't get to my desk on time, which I should, you know. On Thursday, this is what I was kind of looking at. I was looking at the daily. We pulled back in here. We've been so bullish, so I don't want to kind of like fade the bullishness. And even though we haven't taken out any swing lows here, when we go to the 90-minute chart, we can see that, we took out all these lows on the 90-minute chart. And also we have a previous day low SMT. So this is kind of an area that I'd be interested to see price kind of like take out all those lows and see a push higher from here. Also, this highlighted box is a manual box I just drew because it was just showing this level was resistance here, and then resistance, and then we broke over, and then we were supporting off it. And now we're tapping into it again, so I'm expecting it to get supported off again. As you can see, my bias here is bullish. Invalidation of my bias would be invalidation of previous day low. So what happened that day was, so overall, at the end of the day, you can see that we did in fact respond bullishly from this highlighted area, which was nice to see. I did take two trades. One was a loss and the other one was a winner, as you can see here. So, as highlighted here, this first one, we didn't have an SMT on the lows, but this was kind of like a continuation trade. So just to paint the picture, we're in this place. I'm looking for higher prices. We have also, on top of a previous day low SMT, we have a previous session low SMT in play, and also from 6 a.m. till 7:30 a.m. that quarter, we had a previous 90-minute low SMT that was also in play. So overall, we had SMTs, like bullish SMTs, intact and underway. So when we created this bearish candle and we engulfed it, that was kind of like a continuation of this already move that was in play, right? So that was even though there was no current previous 90-minute low SMT, that was kind of the idea, was to get in on the continuation of this idea that had started to play out pre-market. As you can see, I entered and then it was a loss very quickly. And then the second trade, we formed a previous 90-minute low SMT, like an actual one during session. Then we had a nice bullish change in state delivery, entered there, and then when we had this push higher here, I brought stops to break even, then just continued to manage it and got out around here, which is 1.83R or something like that. And as you can see, it was a good place to exit because then we just crashed all the way lower. So overall minus 1R and then plus 1.8, so that's 0.8R positive on the day. And then funnily enough, reason why I think this review is kind of cool is because you'll see that the entry criteria for the Friday's trade was also kind of the same as Thursday's trade. So when we go to the pre-market of Friday, this is what I was looking at. Here, we hit into the support level and we supported higher, great. But then overnight we just crashed lower, broke through the support, and now we were just like hovering around here. like this now level, I'm expecting it to be resistance because we just broke through. We've been hitting into it and we haven't been breaking above it. Overall, we had a previous day high SMT and a previous day low SMT. However, because of just how price reacted here, us crashing through, us taking out all these lows first of all, and then we got a push higher, yeah, but we didn't have follow through, and then we just crashed lower through the resistance level, and now we're just hovering around here. So it looks like price is leaning more bearish in my eyes. And also I have highlighted here, we have this no wick low here. So I was leaning more bearish today just because of what price has shown me, right? So it was simple, my bias was bearish and I was looking for bearish setups. So this was the setup. Well, first of all, the bias was quite correct because look at this daily candle. Insane. This is like 5% move to the downside. And look at this. This is just insane. So overall, the bias was correct. We did move lower and we hit my final target, but we just crashed lower so much more. Insane, really. I was not expecting that at all. Overall, this was the trade. This is like practically super similar trade. So again, previous day high SMT. We had also previous session high SMT, right? In play during up here. So yeah, and also we have a 6 to 7:30 a.m. 90-minute high SMT that happened pre-market. So overall, I saw us do the same thing. It's the same thing as Thursday. Like, we created this order block right here. Price pushed higher and then just got absorbed. We just got sold off again. And then we had a bearish change in state delivery. So I was also taking this trade as a continuation trade. Basically, narrative, structure, SMTs are all bearish. And I'm just getting in on this continuation of this idea lower. And that's what I did. So when we had that close, I entered. My entry wasn't the greatest. It wasn't like perfect. And then I took it lower, and I took around 75% of my position off down here, which was the daily range low, and then the rest at the no wick low. And I realized 2.18R, which was nice. I'm happy with that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. One thing I want to kind of touch on is, it's funny that I have had this kind of like these few good trades in my favor after I cut down risk, and I think that's probably a sign, because only when I decided to reduce risk did my trading performance better. Because imagine, I could say, oh, if I had taken these exact setups using the risk I was at the start, I would be right now out of drawdown. But the thing is, it's like, who knows if I would have taken this trade using normal risk. Like, I probably would have just hesitated, maybe not taking this setup because there was no SMTs on the high. However, when I'm risking a bit lower, I'm a little bit more loose with my entry criteria. Like, not in a bad way, it's just like, I saw the value in this and I took it. And I don't think I would have done that if I was risking more. So, yeah. Overall, this equity curve isn't quite accurate, because right now it's saying I would be positive, but that was if I was risking the same amount as it was before. I can show you, this is my FTMO account. So I started here. I started risking $750. I just went on a bad losing streak, and then right at the bottom here, I was like, screw it, I'm just going to reduce risk, and then, yeah, I have to make like 9.3R to get back to break even, but I'm just going to reduce risk, to ensure my account's survival, and then just hopefully just claw my way back out of drawdown. And ever since I took that decision, it's like, ironically enough, I had some nice size wins. So now I'm back up, not out of drawdown completely. I still have 2.18R. So 2.18R away from break even, which is much closer than 9.3R, which was, down here. So I think overall my trading has benefited from me reducing risk, and I think it's a valuable thing to consider in trading, is how reducing risk will make you be a bit more in tune with your trading. You don't suffocate your trades as much. You probably let your trades breathe more. Like the first trade I had was like this 4.1R win I had. If I was risking $750, I think I would have taken it out at like 2.7R after the strong initial push. Like, who knows? Like, but just because I've lowered my risk, I was a bit more kind of like, I was less emotionally tied, I think, to the trade, so I just let it do its thing more, and it's shown that, at least for now, it's been good. So I'm gonna continue like this, and hopefully soon I'll be able to claw my way back into positive and get a payout. But yeah, it's just kind of to give the run through of this last week that I had. So overall, plus 3R. I'm now 2.2R away from break even. And yeah, that's about it. So hope this was cool, insightful, and I'll see you guys in another video. See ya.